day, students. Welcome back. This is Dr. Mercado once again. Welcome to Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. And we are continuing covering Chapter 4, which deals with income tax withholding. Okay. In this particular lecture, we are going to be covering Problem 46A. Okay. So let's see what Problem 46A has in store for us. Okay. So it says Damerly Company, a Utah employer, wants to give a holiday bonus check of $250 to each of its employees. Since it wants the check amount to be $250, it will need to gross up the amount of the bonus. We have to calculate the withholding taxes and gross amount of the bonus to be made to John Rowland if his cumulative earnings for the year are $46,910. Okay. Besides being subject to the Social Security taxes and federal income tax, using the supplemental rate, a 4.95% Utah income tax must be withheld on the supplemental payment. Okay. So in your textbook, we have a section that deals with the gross up supplemental. In order to give an employee the intended amount of a supplemental payment, in this case, we want to give our employees $250, the employer needs to gross up the payment. So, after all of the appropriate taxes are withheld, the net amount left in the amount of the check is the original intended amount. And the formula that is provided is the grossed up amount, which is what we're going to calculate, is equal to the intended payment divided by 1 minus the applicable tax rates for FICA, 22% federal income tax rate, and state tax rate. Okay, so we're going to use that formula to calculate our payments. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to fill in the blanks. We are trying to calculate the grossed up amount. Okay, so we know that we want our payment to be $250 to our employees. I'm going to divide that by the supplemental rate, all of our taxes. We're going to get 1 minus our supplemental federal rate, which is 22%. It's given to you in the formula, minus your OASDI, which is 6.2%. Okay, and if you say, how do I convert percentages to decimals? We're going to do 6.2%. 6.2 times 100. No, let me see. 6.2%. 6.2 divided by 100. There we go. Okay. So you multiply when you want to convert to percentage, you divide when you want to convert to decimals, okay? So how do we do that again? We get the 6.2% and we divide by 100, and that gives you the decimals. So it's 0.062, okay? For OASDI, for HI, 1.45 divided by 100, that gives me a rate of 0.0145. And then my Utah tax is $495 divided by 100. So my tax rate is 0.0495, okay? So we are going to use the supplemental rate of 22% for my federal, which is, they tell you to do that in the formula. And then we have our OASDI, our HI, and our tax, state tax of 4.95%, okay? So we're going to get our calculator out and we're going to do some math, okay? So 1 minus 0.22 minus 0.062 minus 0.0145 minus 0.0495. That gives me 0.654. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 250. And I'm going to divide that 1 minus, and what did we get in our calculator? 0.654. 1 minus 0.654, okay? And then we're going to get an amount, okay? So 250 divided by, we had already calculated let me see, let me rerun my numbers again. So it's 1 minus 0.22 minus 0.062 minus 0.0145 minus 0.0495. Okay, so it's already deducting the 1, so it's just going to be 250 over 0.654. Okay, 0.654. Okay, and then that is going to give us 250 divided by 0.654. That's going to give me 382.262. Because that third digit is a 2, I'm going to keep it at 26. So it'll be 382.26. Okay. So if I want to give my employees a $250 take-home check after taxes, after your federal income tax, your Social Security taxes, your OASDI and your HI, and your state income taxes, if you want your employees to take home $250, you have to pay them $382.26. Okay, that way after deducting all of those taxes, they're able to take home those $250. Okay, so let's make sure. Okay, this third part is just to make sure that we did things correctly. So according to our calculation, our gross up amount is $382.26. Okay, if we were to deduct federal income taxes, that would be $382.26 at a rate of 22%. Okay, and let's see what that gives us. $382.26 times 22%. That will give me 84.09. 097. That third digit is a 7, so that means I'm going to round up to 84.10. Okay? And remember, these are deductions because I'm going to take that from my paycheck. Okay? Your OASDI would be 382.26 times my OASDI rate of 6.2%. And let's see what we get. We get 382.26 times 6.2%. That gives me 23.700. Okay, because that third one's a 0, we're going to keep it at 2370. Okay, remember to enter that minus sign because these are deductions. A common mistake students forget to do. Okay, now for your HI, we're going to get our 382.26 times my HI rate of 1.45%. And then that's going to give me 382.26 times 1.45%. 5.542. That third digit is a 2, so I'm going to keep it at 554. Okay. Okay. And then my Utah income tax withheld, it'll be my 382.26, and my rate is 4.95%. That was given to us in the problem. Okay. So we've got 382.26 times 4.95%. And that gives me 18.921. Because that third digit is a 1, I'm going to keep it at 1892. Okay. Now that I've got all of my numbers, I'm simply going to do some math here in my spreadsheet. And that gives me a take-home bonus check of $250. Good job. So we figured out, you know what? If I want to give my employees a check of $250 after all applicable federal income tax, Social Security taxes, which include OASDI and HI, and my state income tax, I need to pay my employees $382.26 so they can take home that $250 check. Okay, so all I was doing in this part was checking or verifying that the work I had done was correct. Okay, so that is basically it for this particular problem. Until next time, have a wonderful day.